contactor on the contactor. No factory OEM belt. This belt with XRC or XMR. We'll start here at the front. This is a bumper we have made. Style hose, the part number we give you. We'll get this done. What's up YouTube? This is Adam with Adrenaline Cycles again, coming at you with a new video. This is the first 2022 model X3 that we've gotten in the shop, and I want to take the time here to give you guys a walk around. It is a turbo model DS in the Desert Tan, and we know in 2022 they did do several changes, and I really want to go over with you guys some of these on this model while it's sitting here before the customer comes picks it up. It's already sold. He's really excited. He's going to be here to get it very shortly. But let's go over some of the new changes for 2022. First and foremost, you'll probably see in the video will be the Carnivore tires that's on here. These are 34-10-15s. So they're done away with the 2.0s. About time for that. We're really glad to see that here, and I'm sure all you customers will be glad. This tire is really capable, does really well, and we sell, quite a few of these, to customers to upgrade from that 2.0. Another thing that you'll see on these is tucked up underneath a little bit, and that is the Smart Lock differential in these models. So now all X3 models will have a Smart Lock diff in the front of them. And what that gives you is a full locking differential with the ability to select, different modes, trail mode or full on lock. And they've been needing to do that. Several higher end models like the XRSs and the XDSs all had that. BRP finally stuck it in this model. We've done several conversions here at the shop for customers that have bought these models. This is 120 horsepower turbo. And then 2021, 2020 models, we was putting these in for customers to give them that, the lock and diff that they wanted. Now BRP's just putting all the X3s, so you guys don't even have to worry about that anymore. Again, this is a great color scheme. They had it in 2021. They carried it over in 2022. A note on the wheels, all the wheels are the same all the way around, so you can really easily rotate your tires. If the rears are getting worn a little bit, you can go ahead and rotate those around and, get a little more life out of your tires. Moving on back here, we'll get a shot of the interior. Not much has changed in here. You'll see just the smart lock functions in the dash there. Again, really simple. It's on the higher end models from 2021. This year 2022 is going to have that on all the models. Another update they done on the X3s is the rear knuckle. A lot of people was complaining about the rear knuckle, the bolt getting loose and wallering out, or just not keeping it true, or even breaking the bolt from not being double sheared. And there's a lot of aftermarket companies offering that from I think Shox Therapy sells a kit, Lone Star Racing does, several other companies do out there, sell a double shear toe kit on the rear knuckle. Come on around, we'll show you that. Should not be an issue going forward. BRP has made all the X3 models are going to have this double shear rear knuckle on it. As you can see, it's quite a bit beefy, and we're glad to see that. How much more durable it's going to be, only time will tell. Hopefully we'll get some more units in here and get these things out on the trail. I know I'm waiting on mine still, my 22. We're trying to figure out what demo units we're going to do this year in 2022, and things like that, so we can test these parts and and actually give a good review on them. But we have seen several failures of the old style and a lot of people complaining, and it's nice to see BRP did step up. A lot of questions we're going to get out of the gate, guys. Will that retrofit to a older style? According to the fitment, probably not. As big as it is, I don't think it'll fit with your trailing arm. With the old style that comes too close, you won't be able to fit it on there. And I even asked BRP and they said it won't work. Now, it's needless to say, you couldn't modify and make it work, or buy the whole trailing arm, or maybe even on aftermarket trailing arms it might work. We haven't gotten that far in it. I can't order a rear knuckle because they don't have a price or a part number per se to order it, because when I go to it, it says it's got a bunch of no numbers at all. So I can even order one in to try it with like a CT arm or a Super ATV trailing arm, or just an old stock arm off of 2021. So we're done, went to try that, and unfortunately right now I don't have that answer for that. So we'll just leave it at that. We know the rods are supposed to be beefier on the bottom. They're supposed to be, I think, 30% stronger on the lower rods. So that's a good thing. You know, a lot of people was complaining about the rods bending real easy. So BRP, again, listened to the customer, trying to help you guys out. Went on ahead and made them a little beefier. So that's a good, you know, part to have on there, so you don't have to spend extra money when you're buying a new machine. And this is new this year as well on a 2022. The rear plate they have on here, they've added extra holes at the top and down at the bottom, and then the pull plate's all integrated into it so it doesn't bolt over it like years in the past. With this, I mean, the thing's got to be able to pull a house now, guys. I mean, this thing is bolted every which way to the frame. The frame is supposed to be 30% stronger than years past. So, I mean, again, BRP's listening, guys. They're upgrading these things, you know. So if you got an older model, say you got a 2018, you know, the steering on these are going to be a lot better. You know, you got the double shear knuckle, you got the stiffer frame now, you got thicker rods. You know, everything's got a smart lock in these year models, so you're really getting a lot more machine for a few years, you know, upgrade, like I said, if you're an older model. Coming on around here, I'll show you the header on this. As you can see, it doesn't look like it has a catalytic converter on it on the 120 models. So that's something, again, new for this year. So it should be more free-flowing, high-flowing exhaust to help keep some of the heat down in the turbo and things like that. One thing this unit does not have that the RR models will have is the P-drive. This still has the conventional clutch in it from 2021. It did not get the P-drive like the RR models will have in 2022. Driving this one around, sounds about the same noise-wise in the cab. It's you know, it's just the same clutch, same amount of noise you get in the cab when you drive it around. But all in all, we think BRP done a really good job with this machine. We're really, you know, happy for the customer. It come in as quick as it did. We was looking at our orders, and really everything's really pushed out, guys, to about December, January. January they're going to ship a bunch, but until then it's going to be scarce pickings for 2022 models. That's why we wanted to get this one up, put together, contact the customer, and give you guys a quick view of what we've seen on it, some of our initial thoughts on being a 2022, and kind of what we're thinking will make it a better machine than some of the others in the past. Yes, I know you can go out and buy all these certain things and make your machine, you know, a king of the hammers bill, but for a lot of people, man, if you can come in and buy something and go to the woods and don't have to add $5,000 to it, you know, it makes it a great value. And one thing on this, for all that you get, the new tires, the double shear knuckles, the stiffer frame, the beefy pull plate, and the smart lock diff, they only went up $1,000 on the red and blue models. So the red and blue models, MSRP on these are going to be $19,999, and the tan and black is $20,799. And of course, they got now this year, they got a surcharge and freight and all kinds of other stuff BRP's tagging on these things. So again, MSRP is really not MSRP, unfortunately, guys. That's just something that we're having to deal with as dealers, just like everybody's having to deal with. But I think where they went with this machine, and you know how much more capable it is for the little bit of money increase over last year's, I don't think anybody can go wrong. I would put this machine up against really anything in Polaris's lineup. I'm talking Pro XPs, old XPs, I mean just anything. I think this machine would definitely you know, hold its own and probably exceed in every aspect of it while it's out on the trail. As always, guys, hit that like and subscribe button and leave you some comments down below, and I'll do my best to answer them and help you guys out any way I can. No factory OEM belt. This belt with XRC or XMR. We'll start here at the front. This is a bumper we have made. Style hose, the part number we give you. We'll get this done.